Welcome back to Beautiful Foods TV. The playlist is Wisdom Nuggets from Plants, Food for Longevity, where we are discussing the healing properties and the secrets of healing from nature, one plant at a time. Today's nugget is cinnamon. I've got it in the powder form and also the stick as well. I'm Caroline Bimbo Afolalu, and as usual, let me go through a few of the key benefits and the side effects of this wonderful Asian traditional medicine food. The first thing to know is that it comes from Asia and it's been rooted traditionally in the traditional medicine. So you get it from places like Sri Lanka, China, Vietnam, Indonesia, and also some parts of Africa like Nigeria, where I'm from. You have it from Egypt, Ethiopia, and Morocco, and some other places. So the key benefit is the first thing I like to discuss, because when we're having herbs, I'm just a student of herbal medicine and naturopathy nutrition, so I need to let you know that there are some side effects to all of these herbs. When we consume them, we do it with common sense and knowledge. So the first benefit from cinnamon from research is that it lowers the blood sugar, so it controls blood sugar, helps lower insulin resistance, supports blood sugar regulation, especially in type 2 diabetes. Also, it has anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, is rich in polyphenols and flavonoids, and also reduces inflammation in the body. The third thing it does, it improves the heart health, lowers bad cholesterol, and also supports healthy circulation of our blood. Then it supports digestion as well. It eases things like bloating, gas, and nausea, and it stimulates digestive enzymes. Then it fights bacteria and viruses. So this contains cinnamonide, a powerful antimicrobial compound. Is useful to fight against bad breath infections and also cold. Also, cinnamon is great for brain, so it enhances our memory. It helps us focus more. Maybe you are having exam, you can have cinnamon added to your food, maybe to your tea. And if you have cold, you can add cinnamon to your honey and lemon mix. This also helps to clear the cough out and also the cold out of the system. Cinnamon is good to aid memory. You can use it as tea or you can add it to food. Have this added to one of our chin-chin, cinnamon flavored chin-chin, and it's very, very popular. People love it because the cinnamon has a very fine, lovely, aromatic smell to it as well. So is anything sweet, maybe, you know, any sweet dessert, you could sprinkle in a little bit of cinnamon, maybe half a teaspoon to your cereal as well. You can add in a little bit of cinnamon powder to it. So now let's go through the side effects, because people normally can go too hard on herbs. So the first thing to note, like I always say with all herbs, is that they can damage the liver. Too much can harm your liver. So especially in sensitive people or people who overuse, or especially too hard on herbs. So you need to reduce the quantity of herbs you consume, because most of these herbs, they don't come in, you know, measured recipes. Some of us just drink as many cups of tea of different herbs as we can, and that is not good, because you need to know that overuse can also harm. While food heals, food and herbs can also harm. Also, it can also have allergic reaction to. Some people might have rash, irritation of some sort. So if you have that, discontinue its use. Now combine it with medication, it can cause hypoglycemia, which is not good as well. So consult your doctors or your herbal practitioner if you are on diabetic medication to see if it's safe, or at least know the quantity that you can consume from cinnamon. Then, like every other herb as well, if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, it's best to stay away from large doses of cinnamon. Finally, I've said that before, it may interact with medication, the diabetics one. Also, it may interact with blood thinners and heart medications as well. So if you have any of those medications, it's best to stay away from taking too much food that contains cinnamon. The final tip for today is that, do you know that this cinnamon. It was part of God's recipe for holy anointing oil in the book of Exodus. Because if you are one for Bible, Exodus chapter 30 verse 23 is part of the sacred anointing oil that God recommended to anoint people, and to anoint people for healing or to concentrate and set them apart. So cinnamon is really fine, is really a fine spice and a holy spice as well. So let's now go to how to make a cup of cinnamon tea. You can just get a mug and put in the stick, or use a little teaspoon of the powder, but I prefer the stick, so I'm just going to drop it. You can drop it straight into your mug and then add the water to it, but I always prefer to use a coffee press. This is a French press that I use for coffee, but you can use it for tea and herbal teas as well. So I drop mine in, then add in hot water and let it just sip through for about maybe 10 minutes, because sometimes it takes long to get all the juice out of the stick, and cover it and push it through and let it just rest for about 10 minutes. You can get it out maybe after 5 minutes if you're in a hurry for your tea, or you can boil this in boiling water. Just let it sip through for about 5 to 10 minutes and then you're good to go. So while we're waiting for the tea to brew, let's just have a smell of the cinnamon. It's so gorgeous, beautiful smell. And this is what it's like, dark brown like chocolate. And like I said, you can add it to your tea or to food. You can also add it to your morning cereals, like whole wheat cereals. Just half a teaspoon to maximum 1 teaspoon can be added to your cereal instead of sugar or honey. Now let's see the tea if it's done. I'm just going to pour it into my mug. In Turkey, and I'll see how the Turkish pour their tea. Taking this home. I don't know why they do that, but it was cool. Okay, so that's what it is. Nice and creamy color, similar to the hot teas and the moringa tea as well. So let's give it a taste. You could smell it. The smell is gorgeous, really nice smell, very nice. I could taste the oil from it as well, quite nice. The smell is really nice. This you could sweeten with honey if you want, but I always like herbal teas to be plain so that you can get all the benefits of the nutrients directly from that herb that you have prepared. I hope to see you next time. Until then, keep on keeping healthy and keep on fighting for longevity. And if you've liked this series on food for longevity, share with other people that you think this can benefit, and also like and subscribe. Goodbye.